What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode. I'm your host, Disco, and today we're going to be talking about Alabama. We're going to be talking about how, quote, proposed Alabama map rejects Supreme Court mandated second black majority district. Now, the Supreme Court rejected it. A little bit of context. The Supreme Court, about a few weeks ago, rejected Alabama's map. So this was the map that the Supreme Court rejected. This violated the Voting Rights Act because this cracked and packed African Americans, packed them into the 7th Congressional District and cracked Montgomery and for them, where Montgomery is a heavy African American, where Montgomery has a huge African American community. Now, okay, so what do they got to do? Alabama has to redraw the congressional districts. Okay, the majority of the population thought, okay, it's going to be one of these. Take Plan A. Okay, so nothing much. It was going to make a second majority African American with Mobile being part of Montgomery in the same congressional district. Okay, nothing too much. But it gave them. But there's one small problem that the Republicans have. It gave a second Democratic district. And most likely, even though it's only plus 11, it is still a huge chance that Democrats could win that in that election. That same goes for Louisiana. But what would that do? Well, the current balance of power right now is 222 to 213. Democrats only need like 6 seats in order to gain the upper hand here. Gain 6 seats and they gain the majority. Okay, well, could they gain majority? Well, to gain a solid seat, boom. What about there? They're at 221 to 214. Okay, winning that congressional district is a step closer for them to gain the House majority. But why are Republicans trying to keep their seat? Well, I just stated it. Why? So, what's their new map look like? Okay, but so far, according to The Hill, proposed Alabama map rejects Supreme Court mandated second black majority district. Okay, their map already seems illegal just by the title. So, I tried finding it, and I could not find it in here. So I tried looking in 538, which I then found it. So this was where I had to go on. I am not going on Twitter. Okay, so here it is. Here's the big issue. Okay, so I'm sorry about this. Sorry about that. Okay, so the committee gives a favorable report to the Community of Interest Plan 14 to 6. This is what will be presented to the legislative body at the special session today at 2 p.m. But any lawmaker can introduce a different map during the session. Okay, so what does this map look like? Okay, this map right here. Okay, it looks about the same. So what's the biggest difference? Well, it's this part right here. These three are heavy Democratic counties. Take Alabama during the this is not what I wanted. Take Alabama during this was 2000, so it adds Dallas, Lowens, and Montgomery County. Okay, 1946, 19 points, 46 points, and 1 point. Okay, not bad. Still the same. Obama wins it by 19, and these are all solid. Okay. Montgomery even goes farther to the left. Okay. Montgomery goes slightly, but all in all, we're looking at 2020. Dallas goes to Biden by 38 points. Lowens goes to Biden by 45 to 46 points. And Montgomery goes to Biden by 32. Okay. And it includes this part right here where there's more rural areas. Okay. This seems like a more Democratic more favorable map for the Democrats. Well, once you had all the precincts, all the logistical stuff, you notice a problem with it. Now, for the record, remember what the Supreme Court said. The Supreme Court said they must draw two majority minority districts, or more so, African American districts. They must draw African American two majority African American districts. Okay, so the old map here. Okay, so there is only one that did it in the past. Now, that still gets a majority. But what about this second congressional district? A 42%. Now, I didn't pay much attention in school, but I did receive an education. 42 is 42 is less than 50. Okay, maybe their book ban is backfiring a bit. I think the South, I think their book ban is backfiring just a tad because I think an education is required. Now, this does not comply with the Voting Rights Act. Now, unless Republicans are thinking that they could get away with two majority minority districts, then that could be a case. But but the plaintiffs in the case specifically stated African American population. Okay, and the Supreme Court stated it must it is not automatically suspect that the district isn't majority black because under the Voting Rights Act, a district does not actually have to be majority minority in order to meet the act's requirements. The district just has to reliably elect the minority group's preferred candidate. There's no numerical standard or threshold for this. For example, a solidly Democratic district that is 48% black could still reliably elect a black voters' preferred candidate if black voters make up a majority of the Democratic primary electorate. Okay, so it gives for 2020 it would have given the Alabama it would have gave the second congressional district to the Republicans. Okay, it would just be more competitive. Yeah, there's just a slight problem with it is that this is this does not follow it. Now I know in the law it states that okay, it doesn't state a numerical number, but in the 21st century where we have this technology, we have more logistics than before. We can do this. We can easily do this. Now, under this map, it would still give Republicans a 6-1 Republican supermajority. Now, Democrats would still be able to hold on to their seventh, but not by much. So here's my question: does this properly enforce the Voting Rights Act? One of their pillars that a there must be a proportional number of majority minority districts. Take Texas, that is heavy. If the That is heavily illegal because the majority minority districts aren't properly represented. They're all packed and cracked. So yeah, this does not upend democracy right here. This upends racial gerrymandering. This other map is illegal because the white population still makes up a majority. And yet, I still remember the population from the 2020 census still states that African American population is still 27%, and 2 out of 7 is around 27%. I might have this mathematical issue wrong, but at the end of the day, though, I still got my education and still remember this is wrong. So it would still make a district more competitive, but giving African Americans proper proportional representation, no, highly unlikely. So what can the general population do? Well, we could state there could be another lawsuit filed stating that okay, we need a proper map. But that's going to take time. Remember, we still got other maps to discuss. We still got Texas. We still got Alabama. We could do again Louisiana. We could do Illinois. We can do Georgia, South Carolina, Florida heavily. All these states need to be properly racially gerrymandered. So we do not know what's going to happen right now. Only time will tell whether Alabama will choose the right way and choose democracy, or will they choose a path towards racial gerrymandering and racial inequality. Yes, there will never be a true equality in the world, but we can always try to do our best. That's what makes us human. We care for each other. Only time will tell. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that ding dong notification bell. Please comment if you have any other questions. I am always here to answer your questions. Please check out some of my other videos and tell your friends about this. All right, I'll catch you all next time. See ya.